How's everybody doing today? This is Eric Latshaw with Honest Home Solutions, and this is another video we have for you with our Wholesale Heroes Workshop. Today I'm going to talk about seller negotiations. This is a question that I would say comes up all the time across every avenue, but in this business, you have to be able to negotiate with a seller at the highest level and make sure that you're meeting their needs. Let's look at what needs to be done. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 steps that if you can follow each of these steps throughout the process, you will buy more houses, build better relationships, and make more profit on each deal. So the first one is, once you have a lead, you show up at the appointment, you need to start with building a relationship. So, as a wholesaler, just someone that buys properties for fix and flip, if you are buying to direct to seller, be different. You need to show up at the property wanting to form a relationship with the seller. You got to do the right thing. That means take some time, get to know that individual. Try to relate to what is going on in some sort of way. If you can't, you can't. But make sure that you notice your surroundings. Maybe you're a Penn State fan. They have a Penn State sign on the wall. Maybe you're a football fan. You see a football jersey. Maybe you're anything. It doesn't matter if you like antiques or teapots or have cats or dogs. Make sure that you can find a basis to have a conversation. Don't make this just about purchasing a property. Make this about who you are, who they are. Make sure you share information about yourself. Do you have kids? What do you do? What have you done before this? People have questions. They want to know you. They want to do business with you, not a product, not a service. They want to do business with the person that's sitting with them at their kitchen table or in their living room. So first and foremost, build a relationship and start to build trust. By telling about yourself is how you will build trust with people. They want to know about you. Next, everyone that has reached out to you at some point is dealing with some type of situation that they would want to sell their property for cash. So you need to figure out what that problem is. If it could be a good one, it could be maybe their house has been maintained meticulously, but they just don't want to deal with showings every day. Maybe they have deferred maintenance throughout their property. Maybe they're a tired landlord that just doesn't want to tell their tenants that they're selling the property and want it to be an easy transition as you purchase the property. There is going to be many different things and reasons that people reach out to you for a cash offer or for your services. But you need to take the time and make sure you figure out what the problem is and start to plan on how you are going to solve it. Every situation is different, and you need to find a solution that isn't inside a box. Think big. Individualize everything you do for every client. What is their picture perfect? Yes, they have a problem. They have something they want you to solve. They want you to be able to bring them the best offer possible, and also they want you to be able to solve the problem. But there's something else that's super, super important throughout this process. What is their end goal? Maybe it's just selling the house, but what does that do for them? Know what it does for them, how you can get them to that next chapter of their life, how you can help them move forward, move past this, and what is this going to do to add to their life. There's a reason that they're selling this property for cash. Maybe they need to move quick. Maybe this is going to be their next down payment on a property. Maybe they're buying a multi-unit with the cash from here. Maybe they want to be in a position where they can give their children or grandchildren money instead of having them deal with their large rental portfolio. Whatever it may be, find out what that picture perfect is and change your problem solve to making sure that you can get them to that goal. You have to meet their picture perfect and remind them throughout the conversation how you can get them there. The next is provide the solution. This is why we're called Honest Home Solutions. We want to provide your individual problem, issue, reason to get your picture perfect by giving you a solution that works for you. Not everybody has the same outcome, but our goal and your goal should be to make sure that you provide the right solution for whatever it is they're dealing with. This is the time where you start to talk about finances. This is where you talk about what their goal is on what they would like to receive. You've done all this. You've built the relationship, built trust, started to problem solve, focused on their picture perfect. Now you want to provide them a solution. See what they would like out of the property. See if you can give it to them. Walk them through numbers if they have questions on why you can pay what you want to pay. If they have questions on what you're going to make on profit, talk about it. Don't be secretive. Be honest, open. Let them know what you're going to do so that you can provide them a solution so that they can have all of these in place. The next is, and super important, a give and take. Understand that when you first throw out your number, or you talk about finances, or they give you a number and you can't meet that number based on what your math falls on, is you need to provide a give and take. Maybe you can give a little bit more money. Maybe you have a max offer and you can adjust your renovation list a little bit. Maybe you can get up a little higher to what their needs are so that they can get all this in place and that you can provide the solution that gives them their picture perfect and problem solves. But understand, if you give, you need to get something in return. So if you need to go higher, maybe you need longer terms. Maybe you need better terms on the purchase. Maybe you need to have access so that you can have the ability to wholesale the property to a third-party buyer. You need to make sure that these things are taken care of. And in this process, make sure that you explain the issues that will come up, such as if it has a septic, making sure you're going to do a septic inspection. Spend the money, get it done. You don't want a $15,000, $20,000 bill that you weren't prepared for. So make sure if you're giving or they're giving, that you're giving back. This is a relationship. You want to make sure you hold strong to what you built up here in that trust and that you operate in a way of honesty and integrity. So make sure that when you're giving, that you're getting something in return. That is how you negotiate. But if they're giving something to you, make sure that you're giving something in return either. Relationships work both ways. You must give and take. And the last one is most important on making sure you get the deal signed at that very moment. You don't want to leave the house. Though I've left the house many a times, and sometimes you're just not going to close the deal. Don't be pushy. Don't press for it. If they need the time to think, that's okay. But understand that you make it very, very clear that you can only purchase so many houses, that you can only buy so many places, that you have other appointments that are going to be happening this week, today, next week, things like that. Put a limit on your offer. I like to operate at 24 to 72 hours because for me, outside of that, I'm not sure if I can still buy that property. So I like to let them know, and you could call it a fear of missing out. You could just call it whatever you want, but they need to know that you cannot buy every house in the world and that everybody can't call you from the past 6 months next Friday and you're able to purchase it. So you need to let them know that this is an opportunity. You've done all these things correctly from start to finish. Now closing the deal is you need to let them know that this might not be a deal next week. This might not be something you want to purchase in a month. You're not sure. Maybe you are. Maybe you will come back and buy it at the same number, the same time, and in the same time frame. Maybe all that works out, but you need to let them know there's a chance that it won't. And that is letting them know that they have a fear of missing out. Help them make the decision. If you are doing all of this, building a relationship, being trustworthy, problem solving, helping them get to their picture perfect, providing them a solution that solves their problem, gets them to their picture perfect. If you give and take throughout the conversation, if you've done your best with all of those things, they should know that you have their best interest in mind. And so the fear of missing out, they should want to do business with you at this time. Give them a time frame in which this closes, either today when you leave the house or 24 to 72 hours. But you can't leave open-ended offers all over your state, all over the country. It just won't do anything for you. So guys, these are seller negotiations, tips that will really, really help you close more deals in a faster amount of time and do it the right way. No sneaky tricks or being dishonest, trying to get people to sign papers. Don't do that. We're not used car salesmen. You're not just going for a one-time deal. This is how you build a relationship for long-term longevity in this business, doing it right from start to finish. Be the best in your industry with honesty and integrity, and do these things with every seller, and you will see your numbers go up incredibly. You guys, have a great day. If you have any questions about seller negotiations, reach out to me, Eric Latchaw at HonestHomeSolutions.com. Check in and watch more Wholesale Heroes workshop videos, and you will see your business grow every single day. We'll see you soon. Check in for the next one.